My name is Josh. I'm the leader and captain of the paintball team called Handicap Attack. We're rooted in the Boston area, and part of what we do, or really the main focus of what we do, is to promote paintball and the legacy of players with disabilities playing paintball, and second is to really actually support other fields and players who are working with other players who have disabilities, and they're looking to make paintball more accessible, but perhaps they're looking for more support. So part of what we're going to do is going to be serving as a resource for fields and other players, providing guides on making paintball accessible, working with fields and players to do training either in person or remotely, and really doing whatever we can to help grow the sport for everyone, but especially players with disabilities. I myself, I am visually impaired, I'm legally blind, and I started playing paintball when I was probably 12 years old, and I started playing when I actually learned from a doctor in a whole series of tests that I was going blind, and I played from 12 to 19. And paintball for me was a sport that I could do with my friends, I could do with my father. As Ryan Greenspan said at a combine that I went to in Boston last year, in paintball everyone has the ball. And that's one of the most beautiful things about paintball, is that there's so many different ways in which the format can be accessible for so many different players of different abilities. And for me, when I was really young and losing my vision, paintball was a community that really supported me. It was a sport that I loved. And unfortunately, when I was 19, I just about lost the rest of my central vision, and I told myself I couldn't keep playing. And I stopped playing for 13 years or 12 years. And then for my bachelor party, I told my friends somehow, some way, I wanted to play paintball again. And certainly at that point, I had even less vision than I did when I was 19. And we went and played. I brought out my cane that I used to get around. And at the end of the first game, I was the last player left of my team. And I got out the last two players on the other team with no central vision. All my aim is based on completely hearing and just getting audio information and things like that. So at that point, I knew I had to get back into the sport, and I've been doing it pretty hard for the last year and a half. And the support that I've always had from my hometown field, OSG up in New Hampshire, Dave, Kyle, Tom, that whole crew, from when I was a kid to now being a grown adult, wonderful people, Bill up there as well. And as I've gone back into paintball, Boston Paintball has been a huge support. T2, Anthony, the whole crew there, and definitely the folks over at P&L Paintball. Just awesome fields, incredibly supportive staff. And so what I'm doing now is really continuing, like I said, the legacy of competitive paintball for players with disabilities. Teams like the Paraplegic Turtles, Team Unlimited out of the UK, Silent Killers. So what we're going to be doing this year is entering the New England Paintball League Division 5 3-on-3 team tournaments, and then I'm going to be working with some local fields to do some events to really promote paintball for people with disabilities and get more players into the sport. So if you want to follow the work that we're doing, look us up on Facebook, Handicap Attack, and be sure to like the page. One of the things I'm working on is a guide to making a paintball more accessible for all players and offering this resource to fields and staff. So if any of you out there have any input, suggestions, or feedback, please reach out to me on Facebook or through the Handicap Attack page. And we'll be hopefully working with you all out in the fields. I also want to give a big shout out to Dennis from Rasa. He helped design the signature jersey for the team. For any of my friends who are legally blind like me and can't actually see YouTube videos, the jersey is black and the design is of the handicap symbol that you see on parking signs, elevator signs, bathroom signs, and things like that. It's that traditional symbol of the wheelchair, but the head of the stick figure is actually a skull with flames coming out of the top for the hair. I thought that'd be spin on things to do. And we're here to play paintball and be serious about it. As another player that I've been working with who has some disability said, we're here to play, we're not made of glass. So when you see us out on the field, play on as you always would. Shoot us, take the shots, we're going to be shooting at you and getting you out too. Thank you.